Greetings everyone, welcome back to Dawn and Dreams. It is your lady Ms.Z or ṣunfúnmiláyọ. I play K. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe and comment down below which one you chose if this video resonates with you. Right now we're going to be doing some quick messages from your ancestors. I feel like that's just needed at this time, so we're going to be doing that. I have a few announcements that I need to make. Currently, if you're watching this video in the present time when I upload this, there's going to be a 2-day sale going on for readings. Now, I don't feel like, I have to do a sale or anything like that. So please take advantage of this because this doesn't come around often because my prices are already affordable. And if you already have booked a reading with me, then you're good. Of course, you're going to be priority. This sale is really just for those who, if you really need it, if you need a follow-up, if, you are trying to save on money, whatever the case may be, it's just a good opportunity, especially too if you have never gotten a reading before or you haven't gotten a reading with me before. It's a great time to get a question answered that you want. But yeah, so that will be on the website. It will only be for 2 days, so please don't ask me about it after I take it down. The last thing I want to say is I will have a shop update. I still have some protection bracelets if you are interested in that. They are authentic cow bone and a cowrie shell on top. These are ancestor bracelets. They do work, anything I described, it actually does work. I'm going to have some other products too. I'm going to have Omi Oshun water back in stock soon, so you guys can get that if you need a head cleansing. And it has all the details in the description box. So just be on the lookout. Between today and tomorrow, I think there'll be a shop update. But you can always click to be notified for any of the things that's on my shop, okay? And I think that's pretty much it. If you email me, last thing I want to say, if you email me and it's taking me a while to respond, just realize that, like I said, I have a lot of clients, so it becomes very hard for me to, set time aside, because a lot of people will send me long emails, and it's like, if you're not booking a service, it's really hard for me to respond because I have to get to my clients first. But if you did email me, I'm going to try to get back to you, okay? So anyway, yes, let's go ahead and get to the messages from the ancestors. These are quick messages. So let's get into it. This is going to be, guys, I pick random things. So this is going to be pile 1, which is this Oshun rock, Oshun Oracle. This is going to be a shell. And this is going to be a pendant, brass pendant. So you can pick either one. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. A quick message from your ancestors. If you need more time, please pause the video, but of course we're going to get right into it. And the last thing I forgot to mention before we get into it, because I know I've given you guys a lot of announcements, but it's been a minute. Last thing I want to get into before we get into this reading is Spirits of the North. You guys have been asking about this for almost a year straight. It's finally available for pre-order, which is going to probably be here pretty soon because it's already in production. So if you need Spirits of the North, and there's only a few decks left because I ordered a limited amount. So if you want to get Spirits of the North, get this deck. It's really good. Also, it helps with mediumship if you are a person that is trying to tap into that energy as well. Being able to speak with the ancestors is kind of like a helper as well. So it can be used in many different ways. It can also be used for personal growth. So if you need that, get it, okay? Because it takes a while for me to be able to invest in it. I don't do Kickstarter or none of that. So this is 100% handmade deck, handmade creation, all my images, my words, things like that. So if you're looking for that, get it, all right? Now let's get into this reading. For those of you who chose pile 1, the Oshun stone, let's see what messages do the ancestors have for you. Okay, so there's a few messages, okay? Because I'm feeling a rough time, actually, and it's weird because this is Oshun of abundance, but I feel like, they're basically saying that it's gonna come to an end, as far as if you're dealing with finances, okay? Specifically for those people who are struggling in finances, that's going to change. It seems like you have to just kind of find a diamond in the rough, when it comes to your ideas and the things that you invest your energy into. So they're saying that you need to take your ideas seriously, because it seems like they give you the solution to the problem, but you may just look at it like it's just a rock, you know. And for other people, they look at it like a healing stone. They look at it like, okay, you know, I know what to do with this rock, right? So it's like you have to start, you know, changing your mindset about things, because they're speaking on downplaying your gifts, which could actually help you out of certain situations. Okay, so let's get the messages from your ancestors at this time. Now see, y'all know my quote, I don't make this up. I don't make this up. So we're gonna get into it. And there's a card, so I'm gonna leave it at that. They say that, you know, there is a bit of lack of commitment for some of you when it comes to your spiritual journey, and just commitment overall. It doesn't have to just be, you know, your spiritual journey. So let's start there. Now I want you to pay attention, because the ancestors will lay the cards down certain ways in order to tell me certain things. So this card fell on top of the rock, okay? And it's in reverse. It says initiation, but it came up in reverse, all right? So you have passing of wisdom, receiving one's destiny, respecting taboos. Okay, so this means that you have already received wisdom. You have already been initiated into certain wisdom. Wisdom has already been passed down to you, but what are you doing with it? Okay, this means that you kind of, most of you who chose this pile, I'm not going to say everybody, but most of you who chose this pile, you kind of know where your destiny lies. You kind of know what you're supposed to be doing, but it's almost like you're not taking advantage, or you're not utilizing everything that you could use within this. They say things will go right for you. That's what respecting taboos is all about. Things will go right for you if you actually kind of flow within your journey. Keep going down the road that you're intuitively being drawn to. See, I don't make this up. It says responsibility for your personal spiritual development and sacrifices. This is you hiding. This is you being very, you know, tall, gifted. You stand out, but you're trying to blend in. The flamingo speaks on basically using your talent, using your gifts. It speaks on standing out, standing tall, standing proud, showing exactly who you are. They say sometimes you kind of, it's weird, because with this pile, it's kind of like you put yourself in your own realities, and that's not how things have to be. You have a female ancestor here that's guiding you, and it's almost like she's saying, you know, I done been there, done that, you know, in a way that you can live your life in denial of who you are, or you can live in your truth. Which one are you going to do? This is why you have older people who just, eventually you just stop caring. You know, you just stop caring about how people see you, you know. That's one thing that we get from the elders. Elders get to a point where they've lived their life. They don't have anything to prove to anybody, you know. So they want you to start harnessing that power now, regardless of what age you are. So this pile here, they're speaking on being very gifted, seeing visions, passing of wisdom. So again, responsibility for your personal spiritual development. You have the gift. Go ahead and use it. Stop looking at it as if nobody would like your form of healing, or nobody would be interested in receiving things from you. I don't make this up. You have the zebra here, just saying, kiss my behind, look at me. That basically means they want you to just start being more confident in yourself. And and step into your truth, because this is what's going to bring the most money for you, okay? This is what's going to bring the most money for you. As you can see, the fish, you know, the big fish. That's what I call this card. It shows like, you know, you receiving a lot of things and a foundation. That's what your foundation is going to be laid with. Let's get a couple of more cards before we close out. And you have the dance ritual here. And with that, it's kind of like, again, you feel spirit. You feel spirit moving through you, but you're not allowing it to move. It's almost like, and you know, that's a belching was coming. So basically this tells me that it's almost like the person that stands in the corner that wants to dance, but they don't dance. You know, that is where you're blocking gifts. You're blocking certain things out. So they're telling you now, stop blocking it out, because if you want, you know, abundance, you want certain things to come to you, even connections to people, you have to stand in your truth, you know? You know, when you feel spirit, it can't be denied, you know? Shy or not, you know, I'm shy all day long, but, you know, when I get on the dance floor, you know, I'm moving my behind. Why? Because I came here to dance. End of story, you know? They want you to feel like that. You know, you can be shy, you can be introverted, but when it's time to shine, it's time to shine. Yeah, so they're showing, and it's funny that I have these cards in reverse, but it's supposed to come out like that. Yeah. Okay, so they're showing me that you have sadness in reverse. So, and then you have inner harmony in reverse too. Like I said, you have to stop the inner battles with yourself. Because they're showing sadness in your life, in certain areas in your life where you feel like you're not succeeding, you feel like you're not being acknowledged. You have to start with the root. And it's all an illusion. You can be happy. You can have happiness this lifetime. You can have whatever you want. Life is full of surprises. Like, you trap yourself in this illusion that you only can do this to make a living, or you only can do that to be successful, and that's not how things are rolling in this day and age. I didn't even see Mother Goddess, so they're telling you to be easy on yourself. But like I said, a lot of you, just to sum everything up, a lot of you, you know, have a lot of gifts, very, very talented, very spiritually gifted to this pile. And I just see, you know, this is a part of the reason why you'll experience certain blockages, because you're not acknowledging those gifts, nor are you using some of the things that you're blessed with. Okay, so that is pile 1. You know, start using your gifts. Let's go on to pile number 2. All right, pile 2. You know, this is your pile, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into this, because I hear birds speaking, you know, for you. What do the ancestors want you to know? So your ancestors do speak through animals. And it's a lot of things that they want you to pay attention to. So let's find out what's going on here. Ooh, okay. This came out like that. You see that? And it's the blue jay that's speaking. But, you know, it could be different birds for different people. You see ancestors. The herd represents the ancestors coming forth. The elephant. They really want you to know that you are on a guided path. You're not just being blindly led, okay? So you're going to start getting a lot of confirmations that they are around, and, you know, that they want you to pay attention. So let's see, what are the messages to you? Yeah. Can't make it up. You know my saying, I can't make this up. All right. So let's look at these cards so that you know that I'm talking the real deal here. All right. So the first thing you have is the altar. Okay. So that's an indication of ancestors. The second thing you have is remember us. So they're telling you right there, remember us. We are all around you. We're not just somewhere hidden. We are watching you, you know. If you're asking for them and you're needing confirmation, a lot of times don't expect them all to speak in one way, in one place. A lot of ancestors will utilize different things to speak to you, okay? A lot of people just expect for you to receive a dream. Other ancestors may use animals. Other ancestors may use other people. So it's like there's a disconnect there, but they're confirming to you that they are around you, okay? So this is why it's important for some of you who haven't got an altar. You know, this is the confirmation. Get you an altar. If you do have an altar, spend time at the altar. And if that's not where you want to meet with your ancestors, then you need to find a tree or somewhere where you can connect to them on a more regular basis, because it's not just about putting the offerings there and just moving on. I feel like you do need to sit there and have a conversation, or just, you know, meditate. Yeah, because it's something about them needing you to feel them. Okay, that they're guiding your path, because you have the ancestor you ignore speaking. So when are you coming to talk to me? I have something to tell you and bring me something in return. So there's a conversation to be had. They're speaking on opportunities. You're not missing any opportunities. They say you wait around for confirmation when it's all around you. Okay, so you may ask for the ancestors' advice and you may feel like you're just hitting a brick wall, or, you know, there's just dead air, like it's crickets, and it's like they're trying to get these signs to you, but there's like a disconnect. So they want you to work on being able to hear them better, okay? And remember, again, that they are around you. This goes deeper, okay, because I also noticed the ancestors in the back. So there's some ancestors from present day, but there's also some ancestors from the deep past that you also are connected to, okay, that need to be venerated. Yeah, they're watching you. Certain success that you have is because they're allowing it to come through. So that's why it's very important to make sure that you give your offerings and things like that. And, you know, just be thankful, just as you would your parents or your grandparents or whoever that helps you out. You would be thankful. You would, you know, pay homage and do respect. So make sure that you're doing that to continue to receive blessings. They want you to know that everything you do is for a reason. Your hard work will pay off. Cheer up and keep pushing forward. So they say a lot of you have been giving up a little bit. And that's why these confirmations are important, because they want to be just as involved in your life as you do this. But it's about your journey. I'm saying, you know, okay, so some of your ancestors will be channeled through music. The messages, okay. You have some very serious ancestors here. Okay, a lot of female ancestors. Yeah, they've been protecting you, but they show a business. They say you're gonna need them for this. Something to where, you know, that's why they don't want you missing out on opportunities. They don't want you doubting yourself. Because, you know, it's like one thing could turn you, go into a different direction, you know. I don't know how to express that, but it's like one thing could just kind of have you not receiving a certain confirmation. You'll be like, okay, well, just forget it then. I'm not going to do that. And that's not how they want you to look at things. They say it's an inheritance. It's an inheritance to rule, to be of authority. And not like a dictating way. It's just a leadership way. They want you to be a leader in your life. So there's places and areas where you're supposed to lead, or where you're supposed to shine. So they're talking about basically you taking advantage of opportunity. Because I see big buildings. Big buildings represent business, CEO, being on top of things. I think I'm going to pull cards for one more thing, and then we're going to close out your reading. They also want you to know that you're in a state of growth. They have a lot of love for you, too. other messages? I think that's pretty much it. Because you have important. Them coming to you on important matters. Us. Okay, so there's specifically an older woman. Still a female figure coming through strongly, but there's multiple. There's about three females. Three female elders that guide you. And some are present day, but some are more further back in your ancestry, okay? But nonetheless, they're talking about you being focused on work, them supporting your work. Them supporting you being on top, because that's what they want for you, all right? They want you to get ahead in life. So yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. Let's go on to the next. Oh, and child, one more thing I wanted to say. There is a spiritual ancestor there too that you should be working with as well. All right, now let's go on to the next pile. All right, so for those of you who chose the brass pendant, this is your pile 3. So let's get into these messages. All right, so with you picking this pile, there's a few messages. It's just in this. First things first, for some of you, there is like an accomplishment. Like you being acknowledged for certain things that you've done, okay? So this is a good thing. It just means that basically you may not feel a lot of gratification or appreciate it. And this is like, you know, the royal, you know, red carpet spiritually, that you've accomplished many things. You know, we're proud of you, that type of thing. There's also some messages about wearing protective amulets, okay? There are certain things that are going to be gifted to you. Rather it is wearing it, or rather it is just things they want you to have around your house, all right? There's also a message in that about, you know, ancestral things too. If you have that, make sure that you put it on your altar. It does serve as protection because it's a reserved energy from that ancestor. So make sure that you are putting things around your house. It doesn't have to be noticeable. Yeah. You know, the that's so funny. The protective mockingbird is here. The mockingbird doesn't like any bird, child. It gets on my nerves. But anyway, back to your reading. That just kind of symbolizes, you know, I know the ancestral message. Nonetheless, it's a message that you are very protected. And so they want you to put things around the house. They want you to do things for protection. This is also an image, okay? That's what they're telling me. It's also an image of an ancestor. There's an ancient ancestor too that you're connected to. Very powerful. Would have been royalty, because brass represents royalty as well, okay? It represents riches too. But there's some connection, some ancient connection to some heritage here. But let's see, what are the messages from your ancestors? Yeah, this pile is going to be very important. I'm sorry, I was going to say very rich, but, you know, important, I guess, was the word that wanted to come out, because they're representing you having a certain status. You're going to have a certain level of status to the world. Like, there's something about you that's going to be very famous, even if it's underground famous. I don't care. There's a level of, you know, you being acknowledged, okay? And I feel like, you know, your ancestors are trying to throw that out there. I hear a hard time with communicating. But nonetheless, let's get to this. Let's see. Okay, so the ancestors are saying that you need to take your stress level down. Your stress is your health, okay? If you're stressing out bad, it's going to find some way to, you know, put pain on you within the body, right? You know, if we're stressed out enough, 9 times out of 10, we might have a lot of migraines. But it can also go to other parts of the body as well, okay? If you feel like you are not getting any recognition, you may have problems in your legs. Your foundation is not good in the physical realm, so your feet are hurting. So it's like that with you, okay? So you have to be really, really careful with your stress level. Make sure that you're taking breaks, okay? And they also feel like it affects you being inspired to keep moving on. So this is why they're giving you this recognition. They're giving you, you know, this red carpet. They want you to treat yourself. Some of you have, you know, splurged a little money on yourself. The ancestors approve of this. They say it's okay. You know, you need to do this for you. You need to do this to show self-love. Now, does that mean overindulge? No, I'm not saying that, right? But I am saying that it's time for you to kind of give a little bit back to yourself for how much you're giving. Because they don't want you to be uninspired. They want you to still be inspired to do the things that you need to do for your journey. Creative drive, remain focused, keep your head clear. This pile, I would say you would need to do head washes, spiritual baths, things like that to keep your energy clear. All right, let's see what else is going on. Okay. Yeah, so they want to tell you that for those of you who working, you know, really, really hard, whether it's a business or a 9-to-5, they're telling you everything you do is for a reason. Your hard work will pay off. Cheer up and keep pushing forward. Don't get down on yourself. In the spiritual realm, they're seeing you as like royalty. So it's like, don't get down on yourself. This is just a physical reality that you're living out. Okay, so this pile, there's a lot of male elders here. And a spiritual ancestor. They're speaking on you remaining determined to get whatever you need to get done. They also speak on, this is where spiritual work comes in for you. It's to keep, you know, keep things off of you. Keep negative energy off of you because you do have some haters, okay? This is why they're having initiation in the reverse. It's like they taught you things on how to protect yourself, but you're not doing them as frequently, or you're kind of forgetting about some of the things that were passed on to you. So they say everything that you learn, everything that they teach you is important. Don't just put it to the side and say, okay, I don't need to do that anymore. You have to be consistent. And this is something that I have to, you know, keep reteaching myself because I get so tired. I'll be like, okay, well, I don't need to do that. And you do, you know, because everybody has haters. Everybody has somebody wishing them negativity. I don't care who it is. So, and they say this is why your foundation will start to feel a little wobbly. You know, money might not be coming in if you have a business. Your relationship might suffer a little bit if you have a partner. They're speaking on just random things happening, and it's not due to anything with you. It's like somebody is trying to send negative energy your way, okay? And they say, you know, you may not even look like a spiritual person, but you are. You're very wise, very wise. Some of you are on priest and priestess level, okay? Because they say you do a lot of research, a lot of work. You know a lot of things. So they're saying, why not use these things? Everything they teach you, even if, you know, they're not physically here doing it, everything they teach you, everything you read is supposed to, not everything you read, but, you know, you're supposed to internalize some of that information in your practice. Because I see spiritual warfare, you know, somebody, like I said, trying to send things to you, and it makes your vibration lower. They are protecting you, but again, there are certain things that you have to do as well to protect yourself. And the funny thing is with this pile, you have a male that was psychic. You know, normally it's females that show up. There was a male that was very psychic, that could see very well, that's in your ancestry, okay? So there's a need to look at heritage. I'm going to get a couple more messages, and then we're going to close this one out. Yeah, they keep saying that, like, destination reached, take a break. You carry the world on your back. Like, you just gonna keep letting the energy just get you down. And they're like, don't do that. It's okay to treat yourself. You have to take healthy breaks from work, okay? And you have a hard-working ancestor telling you this too, okay? Be consistent with your altar. Like I said, you have an unknown ancestor. It says, I've been watching over you. Learn more about your heritage. Through research, you will find my name. So there's a need to look deep in your heritage, because there's somebody that was, and like I said, it doesn't have to be the richest person in the world. It just means that they held some type of status or were very important during their time period. And so they have some things that they want to pass on to you, okay? Looks like your paths may align in some way. All right, so that is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace.